Hi, I'm Gary with GoldMiningBasics.com. Here's the dilemma. You finally got a weekend where you get to go down and do a little bit of mining. You spend the evening before running around, gathering up all your gear, stuffing it in the pack. You get down to the river and you find out you forgot to pack your bar. And then on the way out, you notice that your pack's really heavy and there's a lot of stuff in here you never used. In this video, I'll show you how to solve that problem. This is my pack here. A medium-sized pack. A nice pack, but not expensive. You wear them out too quick to buy a really good pack. You don't want to get a real cheap one either because they'll fall apart. This pack's got all my tools in it, and you can see there's still plenty of room in here. You want enough room left over so you can put a couple of drinks, your lunch in here. You don't want a great big pack. Don't get anything bigger than you have to have because it gets hung up on the brush and they're just kind of a pain. Plus they weigh too much. This pack with my tools in it weighs 8 pounds. By the time I put a couple of drinks in here and a lunch, I'm probably 10, 12 pounds, which isn't bad at all when you're hiking in. Now let's take this thing over, dump it out and see what's in it. All right, give me a minute to sort this out and we'll go through it. Okay, quick rundown of the tools. We'll start out with the basic ones you have to have. This is a GATS pry bar. This is one of the best tools you can take down there. You can pry with this thing, you can chisel, you can take and hit it with your hammer, drive it in to pry rocks out. I've been using this tool, oh man, I guess 15 years. Great tool. I would never leave the house without it. Another tool you gotta have is a rock pick hammer. Buy a good one, don't buy a cheap one. This one I've had 20 plus years. You buy a good one, it'll last you a long time. Crevice tools. You got to have a good assortment of crevice tools because you know the gold's at the bottom, so you got to get to it. This one here is a wide blade marrying tool. It's a long tool, it's fairly thick, great for prying rocks. It's a tool I use quite a bit. Then we have a thin blade. Same thing, just smaller, thinner, get in tighter spots. Then we have a long tool here. This is got a hook on one end. The main reason I carry this one is for the spoon. It's got a Huntley spoon on this end for getting way down in the crevices and scooping the dirt out. This is an indispensable tool. Then we have here just your standard flat blade crevice tool, great for pulling the dirt out. Screwdriver, million uses, never leave without it. I have a small chisel for breaking the bedrock. I use a small chisel because it works just as good as the big ones and it weighs a lot less. A pick. These are great for hooking little pieces of gold and pulling them out, and all this is I take a regular seal pick and just cut the end off and wrap some tape on it so I can hang on to it. Great little tool. Pair of tweezers. I prefer the locking tweezers, and I also prefer the curved because with the curve you get your hand out of the way so you can see what you're doing. It makes it a lot easier to pick up small pieces of gold. Pair of pruning shears. You'll use the heck out of these things. They're great for getting roots out when you're trying to get some bedrock where there's been plant growth there. You got a limb in your face or whatever. They're just handy tools to have. The snuffer bottle, I have no idea how we mined before they invented this. These things save so much time. It allows you to just suck up your black sand and fine gold and not even mess with it until you get home, and then you can clean it up on a rainy day or something. But these save an unbelievable amount of time. Bottle for your gold, plastic. Do not take glass up in the hills, you'll be sorry. Pair of gloves. These will save you a lot of pain the next day. Unless you mine a lot, you'll wear your fingertips right off handling the gravel and the rocks, and you will have some sore fingers the next day. A rag, million uses, from stopping bleeding to you find something valuable, you can wrap it up and protect it, and when you put it back in your pack so you can get it home in one piece. Plastic shovel, these things are great. They're light, they're darn near indestructible, they're cheap. You can use metal detecting, you can go over it with detectors, see if your target's in here. Great little item. 10-inch pan. I carry a 10-inch pan all the time, unless I'm going to go just crevicing all day, where I'm going to be doing a lot of panning. Then I'll throw a 14-inch pan in. But most of the time I use the 10-inch. And then this is a tool I made quite a few years ago. It's just a 3-prong rake. I cut the head off an old hammer, cheap hammer, and I welded this on there, and I use this. This is my #1 metal detecting tool. I bottle dig with it, but I also use it for mining to rake the rocks off the top of the crevice before I start digging in there. It saves a lot of time. Saves you don't have to handle each rock throwing them out of the way. You just rake them out of the way. And basically that's it. That's what I carry in my pack. Now, these tools work great for me. In my situation and my years of mining, I've got this down to where this pack works great for me. Not very often do I need a tool I don't have. And if it's a specific situation, I'll throw that tool in. Now your situation, you may have to move the tools around and get ones that work for you in your situation. Now when I get back from a mining trip, I'll go through my pack, I'll clean it out, and if tools need sharpening, most of the time, I will sharpen them and then put everything back in the pack. I keep the pack sealed up, ready to go. That way when I'm going mining, all I got to do is just grab that pack and go, and I know I have everything. I don't have to worry about hiking in for 2 hours and then discover I don't have a pan. So I strongly suggest you just get yourself a pack and get in the habit of just putting everything back in that pack, so the next trip you don't even have to think about it, you just grab the pack and go. Now if you're looking for more tips on mining, I'm planning on doing several more videos, short videos like this on mining tips, and then I'm going to move on into metal detecting. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way when I post a video, you'll know about it. Till then, you have a wonderful day.